Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get on with this video, if you haven't if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do that right away, and consider liking the video as it really does motivate me to make a bit more videos. I apologize for not uploading that frequently. I just had some stuff going on, and that's all sorted out. So let's get on with the video. So in this video, we'll be going through a little sneak peek on profits and discounts, and we'll be going through in particular percentages, how to find profit, how to find loss, and some basic definitions. So I've already written down all the definitions for you. So profit, let's go through what profit is. Profit is essentially the amount of money which is made on a sale, and if your profit's negative, we can say that a loss has been made. So let's say if a cricket ball cost you $50, but you sell it for 70, that means you have $20 profit. So we can write this into an equation. Profit equals the selling price minus the cost price, and we can substitute any values we want. So let's say a table tennis table cost us $100, but the selling price was $200. We would end up with $100 profit. Okay, so now we'll go through the markup, and a markup is essentially an amount added to the cost price to produce the selling price. So let's say my cost price of one table tennis ball was $5. I want to mark it up by $3, which makes it $8 as my selling price. So I basically increase the amount of something in order to produce it into a selling price. So we can put this into an equation where the selling price essentially equals the cost plus the markup, which can be shown right here. Okay, and we can also substitute any other value into this. So let's say cost of one cricket kit that cost us $80. Very cheap for a cricket kit, not gonna lie. And we want to add another $30 onto it as a markup, then that means our selling price would equal 110. So that's a very feasible equation. Now let's move on to the next one. So profit all so this is going to be how to find the percentage profit or a loss of something. So the way we find this out, so this is this one. Sorry, I forgot to write percentage, but I think you can tell. The way we figure this out is, let's say something cost us $500 right here, and the selling is $575. Well, what would you do? To find the profit, automatically it would be $575 to do 500 minus 500. That would be the first step. So you find it's $75 profit. After that, you put that as your numerator, 75. Then as your denominator, the cost is 500. And you times that 100 by 100%. So if you do some simplification, you would find that the answer then becomes 15 over 100, and then these hundreds cancel out, and your answer is then 15%. So hopefully that clears it up for profit and loss. Now we'll be going through two equations in discount. So discount is basically the amount by which an item is marked down. So let's say we are selling something for $100. So 100 equal sell. But then we want to take off $10 as a discount. That means we would end up with 90. And the way we ended up with that was 100 minus 10, which equals 90. So 100 was our original selling price, and then we minused that by the discount, which was $10, and then we ended up with 90. So this is a feasible equation right here. Now we move on to how we find the amount of discount in something. So basically, the amount in terms of dollars of discount instead of percentage. So let's say we have a Gucci bag that costs $300. Okay, $300, and that equals the original price, right? But if we want to give a 10% discount, we multiply it with 10%, and you would find that that equals $30, because 10% is initially 10 over 100, right? So if we simplify it, this is gone and this now becomes 3. So 3 times 10, that would equal 30. Okay? So hopefully you've got a very good understanding of these key definitions, and I'll recap once more. So the profit of something, you find it by minusing the selling price by the cost of something. You find the selling price of something by adding the cost with its markup, and you can find the percentage of profit or loss by dividing the profit or loss by its cost that it took, and then you multiply that by 100%. And then for discount, to find the new price when something's discounted, you do the original price minus the discount. And if you want to find the discount of something, you do the percentage of the discount times the original price. So now we'll be going on with some fluency questions just to test our knowledge. So let's think of one question. Okay, I got one. Let's say it takes 20 hours to travel to Los Angeles. It used to, okay? So before it equaled 20 hours. Before it equaled 20 hours, and now it takes 12. What is the percentage decrease in travel time? Now, in a way, you can use profit or loss, but I don't really find it feasible. So the way you would use this thing is, at the start you would minus 20 from 12, because it used to take 20 hours to travel before, and now it takes 12, and you'd find that you gain 8 hours, so 8 would be your profit. So now, if we know 8 is our profit, and the cost, which I guess you could sum it up as the original time it took to travel, which was 20, then you would times that by 100%. And if you do some good simplification, you make this 2 and make this 5 if you divide both sides, both of them by 4. And now if you do 2 times 100, that equals 200. And if you divide that by 5, that equals 40. So you find that there is a 40% increase, decrease in the travel time, because before it used to take 20 hours and now it takes 12. And we can test this. If we if there's a 40% decrease, that means 12 hours would be 60% out of 20, right? So since 60% is basically 3/5, if we find 3/5 of 20, we would get our answer. And if we find 3/5 of 20, you'd find that that is 12 hours. So therefore, this equation does work and is accurate. Now let's try something else. Okay, let's try a markup question. So Lenny marks up all of his computers by 12.5%. So mark up, pardon my writing, mark up equals 12.5%. Okay, and if a computer cost him 890, what will be the selling price to the nearest cent? Okay, so we've already shown how do you find the selling price of something when you have a cost and a markup. So the selling for now is a question mark. That would equal the cost, which was 890, plus the markup, which is 12.5%. Now, how do we find 12.5% of 890? Because we know the markup is the percentage increase of a cost price, right? So we would find 12.5% of 90, and if you put that in your calculator, you do 90 divided by 100, and then you times that by 12.5, you'd end up with 11.25. Okay, so you add that with 11.25, and then your result equals 901.25. That would be your answer. Okay, and you can try this out if you don't think it works, but it does end up to be accurate. Okay, and the way you would try this is by dividing the the selling price, you divide that by 112.5 and times it by 100 in order to get it into its original price, just for a little trivia for those of you out there who are interested. Okay, I think that leaves us enough for today. If you've liked this video, please like it. Dislike if you've disliked it. Consider subscribing if you're new, and make sure to press the bell notifications down below, and you'll never miss one of my videos ever again. Bye.